Alright, so here we are in the final note value section. In this section, we're going to talk about quarter note triplets, which you've probably heard before, but you probably haven't been able to recognize, hey, that's quarter note triplets. And once you're able to do that and actually start implementing them into your music and your playing, you're just going to absolutely fall in love with them. Okay, so what are quarter note triplets? And to figure out what quarter note triplets are, we're going to look at eighth note triplets. So what are eighth note triplets? Eighth note triplets are 3 counts or 3 beats per one quarter note. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Okay, so quarter note triplets are half of that, right? So 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, so how many quarter note triplets are in one bar? And that would be 6, right? Because there's 12 eighth note triplets in one bar. So we cut that in half for quarter note triplets, and there's 6 in one bar of music. So take a look at exercise 1. There you're going to see a bunch of eighth note triplets with some greater than signs or some accented signs above them. And on each accented note, that is where the quarter note triplet lands within the bar. So you'll see it lands on count 1, the of 1, the and of 2, count 3, the of 3, and the and of 4. Okay, so in order for you to get this, just play eighth note triplets. Now what happens when you just play straight out eighth note triplets? Well, all the quarter note triplets are going to land on your leading hand. So in this case, I'm leading with my right, still it'll land on my right hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these for you guys at 60 and 100 beats per minute. And watch as I play exercise 1, how my right hand is playing all those quarter note triplets. So the best way for you to learn and kind of internalize what this note value sounds like and looks like and that sort of thing is for you to just practice exercise 1. You'll be amazed that you can play the quarter note triplets and now you can start hearing them, and then eventually you'll just be able to remove your left hand and you're going to be solid. You'll sound like an awesome drummer and you'll be able to play some awesome fills. So here you go at 60 and 100 beats per minute. In exercise 2, we're going to kind of remove the safety blanket of having all the eighth note triplets in there and just accenting the quarter note triplet. We're just going to play the straight quarter note triplet. So I'll do this for you guys at 60 and 100 beats per minute. Now it's very, very important that when I'm first doing this, you guys count out loud with me. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're watching this on a bus or in school or whatever. I want you to count out loud with me just so you can really understand where those triplets are landing. Okay, so here we go at 60 and then 100 beats per minute. Now we're going to start moving them around the drums a little bit. So it's the same pattern, same as exercise 2. We're going to start with 1 on the snare, 2 on the high tom, 1 on the mid tom, 2 in the low tom. And we're just going to rotate that 4 times. Here I go at 60 and 100 beats per minute. exercise 4, we're going to turn our quarter note triplet exercise into an actual groove. So right hand on the hi-hat, left on the snare, you're going to play kick on just count 1. Snare is going to be on count 3. Okay, so it's a little bit different than your normal groove. It would be considered a halftime groove, but it really, really sounds cool played with quarter note triplets, especially against the click track, which doesn't necessarily line up with every single note on the hi-hat. So I'm going to play this for you guys at 60 and 100 beats per minute. The final exercise is going to focus on a beat going into our quarter note triplet fill. And it's really important just to focus on the exact count and the exact placement of these quarter note triplets. Because what I see happening a lot is drummers will think they're playing quarter note triplets when they're actually not. I was one of these drummers at one point. So don't be that guy. Really understand what you're doing. Have the count rolling in your head, or count out loud if you need to, and play this correctly. Because if you practice it incorrectly, you will only get better at doing it wrong. So I'll play it at 60 and 100 beats per minute for you now. And that is how you play and count quarter note triplets. What I want you to do with these is learn them at 60, slowly work your way up until you're comfortable playing them at 100 beats per minute. Each exercise should be played for 2 minutes at 100 beats per minute perfectly. Once you've done that, you are ready to move on to the next section.